Before time learned to count itself, the earth breathed once, and from that breath rose the first guardian of balance. He stood where land meets sky, listening to the memory of stones, carrying the weight of every living footprint. Behind him gathered spirits of fur, feather, and scale, reminding the world that survival was never meant to be solitary. Above them, the stars remembered ancient agreements, drawn long before borders, names, or dominion divided the land. In the Guardian's eyes lived a fragile circle, a world that could endure only through care, restraint, and shared respect. Each step forward awakened forgotten paths, where humans and animals once walked without fear or conquest. The canyon walls whispered old teachings, carved by ancestors who knew harmony was stronger than possession. When the Guardian raised his silent call, the earth answered not with words, but with trembling truth. Forests, oceans, and deserts listened together, remembering that balance is not abundance, but right measure. Thus the first Guardians stood united, knowing the story of the world continues through every choice yet to come. From distant horizons, humans emerged, carrying fire, curiosity, and the power to shape or shatter the sacred circle. Some listened to the land's rhythm, while others forgot that the earth remembers every wound carved upon her skin. The Guardian watched in silence, knowing judgment was never his purpose, only remembrance and mourning. As imbalance grew, rivers slowed their songs, skies darkened, and ancient spirits retreated into shadow. Yet even in decline, the world left signs, waiting for eyes willing to see beyond profit and pride. The Guardian's roar echoed not as threat, but as an invitation to return to shared responsibility. Those who heard felt something ancient awaken, a truth older than fear, stronger than ambition. They understood that power without balance turns guardians into destroyers, and dominion into emptiness. One by one, they stepped back into the circle, choosing protection over possession, harmony over control. Thus the path toward renewal opened, fragile yet luminous, awaiting commitment from every living soul. But renewal demanded courage, for balance survives only when guardians accept sacrifice, restraint, and the humility to listen again. The Guardian stepped forward, his shadow merging with humanity, reminding them protection begins not with dominance, but reverence. Children felt it first, sensing future roots growing stronger when compassion guides hands shaping tomorrow for all beings. Elders remembered stories once buried, teaching that prosperity fades unless shared with forests, waters, and skies together always. Across the land, animals returned cautiously, trusting steps guided by care rather than hunger for control and balance restored. The circle slowly closed, not as prison, but as promise binding every life within shared destiny forever renewed. In that union, the Guardian no longer stood above, but among, a reminder balance lives through collective will. Earth breathed easier, clay and turquoise light weaving a future shaped by respect rather than conquest together enduring. The final call echoed silently, asking each heart whether it would guard the circle or break it forever. Thus the story rests and finished, alive in every choice, for one earth, one pride endures only through balance. Time itself seemed to pause, listening as the ancient pact between humanity and nature whispered awake once more. Mountains stood as witnesses, remembering ages when balance thrived before pride fractured the sacred circle. The Guardian Lion lifted his gaze, eyes reflecting futures shaped by care or scarred by neglect. Every footprint became a vow, each step measured not by gain, but by harmony preserved. Rivers mirrored the sky again, teaching that clarity returns when respect flows without obstruction. In silence, humanity understood the truth long forgotten: survival is shared, never owned. The circle widened, embracing all species as equal threads within Earth's enduring story. Ancient songs rose softly, reminding hearts that guardianship begins where listening replaces command. The lion stood still, no longer warning, but waiting for choice to become action. For balance is not granted by gods, but earned daily by those who protect the shared pride. As dawn returned, the Guardian's presence faded, leaving responsibility resting fully within human hands. No throne remained, no crown endured, only the quiet weight of choice carried by every generation. The land watched patiently, knowing healing begins slowly when intention becomes action without delay. Animals moved freely again, trusting a future shaped by guardians rather than conquerors. Children learn the final lesson: the earth is not inherited, but borrowed from tomorrow. Elders spoke softly, reminding all that balance survives through humility, memory, and shared care. The circle closed gently, not ending the story, but protecting its fragile continuity. In every breath, the ancient call remains, urging harmony between clay, spirit, and living souls. One earth, one pride stands eternal, existing only where respect outweighs desire and unity conquers fear. And so the tale lives on, written each day by choices guarding balance or breaking it forever.